everyone, and welcome to my guide to Sohr Khai, a new dungeon added in patch 3.3. This dungeon is unlocked as part of the main story questline. It requires a minimum eye level of 200 to enter and drops item level 215 armor as well as tomestones. Since I am the healer, in this case a scholar, this guide will focus mainly on the healing aspects, as well as some commentary thrown in for comic relief. If you're looking for something a little more comprehensive, check out other guides by Mr. Happy, Mizteq and Reqqy. Links are provided below. Join me as I enter the former home of Reqqy, whose murder started the Dragonsong War, and seek her brother Reqqy's favour and aegis. This dungeon consists of your obligatory standard trash and 3 bosses. I'm going to assume that you're not completely new to healing here, so I'm not going to tell you everything that I'm doing. But if something funky comes up, I will actually point it out. Now, as I am playing a scholar, as everybody knows, scholars come from a DPS class, which is the Arcanist. So, although they heal very, very, very well, they also DPS just as well, but my melds are crap and I don't actually have all that much accuracy. I'm only got around 430 odd, so probably only going to hit about half the time perhaps. Just letting the other guys know that they're being recorded for this guide, and they were quite happy to participate. So many thanks to Inkmoth, the Errant, and El Pacho. You guys are absolutely fantastic. So the first pulls a couple of Cloud Gardener blocks. They don't do anything spectacular, they just throw out a couple of AoEs. Just don't stand in them. And for the love of God, do not do what I've done and put Celine on automatic and just let her do whatever she wants to do, because basically if you do what I've done with Aos, which is have her on obey and macro her embrace to just about everything you do, while you're DPSing, she's actually constantly healing the target of whatever it is that you're DPSing, so you don't actually have to switch out and heal your tank like I have to do, because your fairy is doing it constantly for you. And you only have to switch out and healing when you take some like huge hits or whatever. So it's like having a regen on the tank constantly. So you can DPS to your heart's content and still heal like you're supposed to. Now, as we found out in other guides, if you kill that enchanted fan first, it puts that on the ground, punts you up in the air, but it also gives you a haste buff for however many seconds that was. So yeah, allows you to heal faster, cast faster. The summoner obviously already knows this. So he got the haste buff, and I think the Dragoon got it as well. It's fallen off everybody now. But it's good to have. It doesn't actually hurt you. And so you just kill the trees, do some DPS, throw out some dots, you know, same thing. Keep an eye on our tank's health. And refresh our adlos and our stone skins whenever they fall off. If you absolutely have to, you don't have to. For the most part, these guys don't take that much damage. In a moment you're going to see our goon go flying through the air because we kill the fan and he stands in wind void. It's quite a bit of fun. Wait for it. Ooh, there he goes. And there goes the summoner. And of course I pretty much completely ignore it. Some dots and a shadow flare. And reiterating what I said earlier, this would have been a hell of a lot easier if I had had Celine healing the tank the whole time that I was throwing out my bios and my asthmas and broils. That way he never would have dropped down below 80% health, where she is actually programmed to start healing him, and it would have been better. Coming up to Chief Moglin here. It's a fight that's similar to King Mog Pain in the Ass the 14th, or whatever it is. The Moogle in the trial that has the extreme version where you've got to kill everything in succession and bring them all down at the same time and make him burn his health on them in order to kill him. But this one's not quite that much of a pain in the butt. The only thing as a healer you really have to worry about here is making sure that your tank stays alive. She takes a little bit of damage here. The big issue is that. That's the Mog's Holy. It does a good amount of damage and you have to burn a couple of suckers and an Indom in order to get everybody's health back up. But once that's done, it's fine. And of course Celine's not doing crap because I haven't got him macroed properly. And then the Mog will summon that spinning staff, which will end up doing that. So just don't stand in it. It sort of spits out damage in a cross pattern. So yeah, north, south, east, west, avoid it. It's not hard. Unlike the little Mogs in the little holies there, that's similar to the Moogle up Kupo. It's similar to the mechanic of that Vanu chicken guy that was in Nevery, the one with the totem. There's another holy. It's basically, you know, punt the Moogles out of the holy squares, otherwise they get back up, they've got full health, and they also have more health, which means you've got to spend more DPS, more time actually burning the little bastards down in order to get through the fight. Which, if it's a little shit with a tether, is a pain in the ass. So that's Chieftain Mog Ghoul, whatever his name was. Second set of pool. Birds. That's all it is. Just birds. Buzzards, eggs. Just run around, wait till your tank gets in position. Wait until the eggs hatch, and then just AoE the shit out of them. I didn't really need to burn my deployment just then, but I did it because I could, so I did. The tank's taking some hits. Tank starts to dip. Just going to switch out here and just throw a physic at him. Or a couple. And once he's at full health, put an Adlo on him, forget him, switch back over. Sort of. And of course I run through the gate, look at the Anzu, completely forget that there's shit there on the other side and it comes straight for me. And Ink has to go over and pick it all up because I'm an idiot. Good thing though, Ink's a really good tank. There's a little bit of unnecessary damage gone out just then. Just finish killing the Sohr Khai Healer, dealing with the cockerels. Some heals on Ink. And low again. Do. Adlo's physics. his feet. So that's all that done. Just throw a stone skin on him for shits and giggles. Send him through so you can DPS the bird. And it's at this point that it starts casting Breathwing, which will do that. That's a little bit. I had a sucker on everybody. That probably would not have hurt at all. But I didn't. And that's okay. Start running over to our next pull and everybody would have picked up by then. So he's gone and picked up the Tansahals. That's how you pronounce it. Sanctuary Tansahals in the Kargas. Or birds. Stuff with feathers. I don't stand the AoE, and I think it was at that point that my computer decided to have frame lag and completely freaked out, and I was like, oh god, what do I do? Hopefully you can't see it when the video's fully rendered. It was just a frame issue when I was recording. So I get hit a couple of times here by AoEs thinking that I'm not actually in it, but apparently I was. Yep, Wings of Woe. Shadow flow when I didn't actually have to. Pro healer. And this is our second boss. Some just call it Horsey. Its name is actually... Let's see its nameplate. I should have it actually focused and stuff so I can tell when it's going to cast or whatever. Pokiraj is his name, as in Ankiraj. World of Warcraft, but it's Pokiraj. He belts the tank around a little bit. So that's some embraces if Celine was actually doing her job. He's not actually dipping that quickly. There's just a spot there at the end. Let's run away from it. Full touchdown. Do that charge. Just make sure you're standing against a wall. I think you're supposed to have your back to the wall, but I didn't. It's no big deal. You just have like a sucker thrown on everybody. You shouldn't really have that much. I'm going to do that lightning. Make sure you're standing in the middle because that lightning will take out one of those walls, and it's those walls that protect you from that stuff on the left, which is like electrified water. Don't stand in that water, otherwise you'll get a debuff, and it really, really hurts. I'm pretty sure it can actually be dispelled off, but yeah, just don't stand in it. Oh, and as for that little storm cloud that's there, don't do what I'm doing. I'm standing within its range of its AoE, and I got 2 stacks of vulnerability down before I figured it out and moved out of the way. Which means that when this little bomb thing here goes off, it's really going to hurt me. Yeah, so don't do that. I had to burn a lust rate on myself. But I didn't die and then heal myself instead of healing the tank and everybody else like I'm supposed to because I'm an idiot. Of course, Swing then starts healing. I heal and we get everybody top back up. But I'm still stuck with that vulnerability debuff. It's alright. For some reason I'm healing the crap out of the goon. I don't actually have to. And I've learned my lesson and I stay away from the storm cloud, but the boss is dead anyway, so it's all good. I'll just roll through some loots if I get that. I think I'm actually high enough level to be able to do Syntac yet, so it's probably going to get turned in for GC seals. And here we are, the trash before Race Velga. Dragons. I love dragons. Dragons are lovely. We throw out our dots. Burn a bane. If we can. Let's figure out that I actually need ether flow stacks. At some point I'll figure it out. There we go. There's my 3 ether flow stacks. Do I burn a bane yet? Or do I just keep these reactions? Heal the tank like a good girl, like she's supposed to. I can do. There's Race Velga. Lovely boy. Put out some dots. I finally burn a bane. Notice that Ink's taking some damage. Throw an ad low on him. And go back to DBS. So as you can see, this dungeon and its trash is not hard. It's just a matter of balancing your DPS and your healing as to and when and if you need it. Well, that's probably not the right thing to say. You've been DPSing 4 times. And just had your fairy healing most of it. If you actually knew how to run your fairy. Like apparently I don't. I throw an Adlo and a stone screen in the tank. He runs in, picks up the dragon, turns it around. 1, okay. And as everybody knows, when dealing with dragons, usually the most safe spot to stand is either on their flank, because they've generally the rule always got a cleave with power swipe. It's not always the case in Final Fantasy. It's generally the case in World of Warcraft. But it's just where I've learned to stand, and it works. Except in Nidhogg and his hot wings. Ugh. That's a discussion for another video, perhaps. And time for some cutscenes. Now I'm probably showing my age here, but Race Velga reminds me a hell of a lot of Falcor, the luck dragon from Never-Ending Story. Lovely movie that was. Had a big impact on me when I was a kid. It's just, Race Velga's got a hell of a lot more awesome than what Falcor had. So we throw out our eyes and our suckers. That should have actually been an Adlo, but there we go. And Ink's over there, which means he's out of range of heals. I already know that. I decided to get some dots and stuff out first. And then when he actually starts to take some damage and needs to get healed, he'll on move. And Adlo, and a Blizzard, and I think I burned a Lustrate on him just then? Yeah, I did. So Race Velga will smack the shit out of the tank a little bit. And I probably should not have gone to that platform, but there wasn't really anywhere else I could go. The Dragoon has spotted that I had to go there, so he followed me, and he'll help me burn the crap out of the Holy Sprite. Thank you very much, Leerent, for that. And we'll run across and finish killing Race Velga. For that. I knew that was coming. Believe it or not, I did. I really did. Huh. So everybody topped up and everybody's in range of heals. See dots on Grace Gaga. Stand in the lightning for just a little bit. I'm okay. Celine got a complete embrace on me. Should actually dispel that off. The heavy debuff that's on Ink. But since I have Celine with me, I know I'm probably not going to need it. And I run over and land, and Celine just dispels the whole lot. That was really, really lucky for me, otherwise it could have been really bad for Ink. It's not a mistake you want to make. Now I can see that El Pacho is out of range of heal. But I also know that he's not actually going to take any damage where he is, so I'm not too worried about him. Leon comes back. And then we get some heals on him, so I'll suck around everybody on that platform. Again, I'm not worried about El Pacho. He's been fine this whole dungeon. He'll pick up by himself. Now I know there's a dirty great big AoE coming. The lightning. I move, hoping that those guys will follow me, but they don't. They just stand there and take it like a couple of bosses like they are. Well done, boys. Goes away. They're not coming back, so I get back over. Then left straight on Ink. And pop back up. It's fine. And this is pretty much over. So again, as long as you pay attention to what's going on, a bit more than what I did, you'll get through it fine, and you'll get Grace Velga's approval, and everything will be just fine. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and until next time, bye!